So in this video, you're going to learn how to use some of the tools in Photoshop. Now click on New File, then this new window will appear. Select the default Photoshop size and click on Create. So first, let us understand how to make an ellipse. So first you need to go to the Shapes tool and right click. Then you have the Ellipse tool. Select it and you just click and drag to make an ellipse. So you can see that the properties of the ellipse are given above over here, like fill, stroke, and also on the right side, fill, stroke. So you can adjust it either of these. Now let us learn how to make a perfect circle. All you have to do is you have to hold shift, click and drag to make a perfect circle. Now you can change the fill, change the stroke. So you can give a bigger stroke. Now you can see that the stroke for both of them are changing. So what you have to do is you need to take a new layer for every change you make in the artboard. That way you can make changes individually. So Control Z, Control Z. Now as you can see, this symbol is the symbol for new layer. So a new layer has been created. Now click on layer 1 to work on it. So once again select the ellipse tool, hold shift, click and drag to make a perfect circle. Okay. So make sure that your show transform controls options is tick marked so that you can transform it as and how you want. Now you can change the properties of the circle. So you can fill it with blue. Then you can also change the stroke. You can enter a number here like 3 or 5 and so on. So now you have a circle with a thicker border. Now let us see how we can remove the fill. So hold Alt and click and drag a duplicate of the circle. So what you can do is you can go to this fill option and you can click on this option over here which says no color. So now you just have the border and there is no color filled. Now let us see how we can give a different stroke. So hold Alt and duplicate. Here we have more options in the stroke, not just a straight line. We can give a dotted line like this. So what happens if you increase the stroke size? The size of the dots also increase. Now let us see how we can make a rectangle. So we right click on the shape tool and we find a rectangle tool. So we select it. We can simply draw a rectangle like this. Or we have another option. We just have to left click once and enter the dimensions of the rectangle we want, width and height. And there you go, another rectangle will be made. Now how do you draw a perfect square? You just have to hold shift. So select the rectangle tool, hold shift, click and drag. That gives you a perfect square. Now you can see there are these small dots on every corner. What is the purpose of these? So let us first make a duplicate of this. So as you can see, when you select the square, these small circles appear. So when you drag them inside, they curve the corners. That gives a corner radius. Now what happens if you drag all the way inside? So when you drag them all the way inside, it turns into a circle. Next, let us see how we can move the layers. So I'm going to make two triangles. Hold shift and drag to make perfect equilateral triangle. Let us fill with a different color. Now I want a duplicate of this triangle. So hold alt and drag. Now you can rotate the triangle. But if you want to rotate it properly, then you have to hold shift and rotate from the corner. Now let us say I want the orange triangle below the blue triangle. So let us make a duplicate. This is the layer of the orange triangle. We can rename it to orange. This is the layer of the blue triangle. So let us rename it as blue. Now we want the orange under the blue triangle. So what we do is we drag the blue layer on top of the orange layer. Just like that, the layers will be switched. Next, let us see the text. So this is the text tool, that is horizontal type tool. So let us select it. Now when you click on the artboard, it by default gives you lorem ipsum. So just click backspace to delete the text, and you can enter anything of your choice. Now so this is the word. Okay, so this is your word. Now let us see what you can do with this. Now if I want the letters of these words to be completely in uppercase, then all I have to do is I have to scroll down over here for more options and select this option so that all the letters are in uppercase. So let us make a duplicate of this word. Now we can see here that there is an option for tracking. Now what happens if you increase the tracking? There is more space between the letters. And if you don't want it, you can simply bring it down to 0 to get the default tracking. So this is how it originally looks. Face. You just have to go here and select a different typeface. And if you want to make it bold, you can choose a different weight over here. So let us choose Poppins. So this is Poppins thin. If I want it in bold, I just have to go here and pick bold. Now it is in bold. Now what if I want to type a paragraph? So I select the horizontal type tool and I click and drag wherever I want to place the paragraph. So you can see that it is filled with default text lorem ipsum. Now you can change whatever changes you want to make. Like I want this in Poppins with a smaller text size. Now you can select the text, and if you want to extend this, you can extend it. If you don't want to, you can decrease it. You can adjust it as in how you want. So don't increase it like this because this will increase the size. You have to select the text first and then make the changes like this. There you go. Don't do this.